The main reason we did it, you know, if you remember, we did a Mortal Kombat 1 through 11, right, basically. And each one we introduced another bad character who was more and so at some point when you hit 11 times to do that, you go, maybe we should reset things, right? So that was kind of like the premise of we wanted a really fresh take on the story. And so that's basically this. This game literally starts with a big bang, and then all these characters that you know are reintroduced in a brand new story that it's familiar, but it's completely different. You know, we've said it a number of times. Scorpion, Sub-Zero always wanted to kill each other, ninjas, now they're brothers, right? And so how does that evolve into the story? So imagine that with all the characters. And that's what
yeah, I'd love to know why the team decided to go with like an assist-based fighter versus like a straight like tag team.
Yeah, you know, and I don't know how many people remember Mortal Kombat 9 was called Mortal Kombat after the tag team. And a lot of players liked it, but it was a little bit too overwhelming to memorize two characters. Certainly, fighting game players, they just ate them, right? But like the more casual player felt like it was just too much. So the assist fighters, the cameo fighters, those are really easy to execute. One button, they do something really cool. You can mix and match with all the fighters.
Always had badass female characters. Are we continuing this trend?
You are going. Our panel is going to really satisfy that. I'll tell you so.
What are you most excited about taking advantage of doing their power and how you can sort of make better?
You know, whenever we get like new technology, the first thing we think of is how can we tell a cooler, engaging story, right? Because if you think of the story of the first Mortal Kombat game, it was just text, basically. We just described the characters. Now it's a full-blown movie, pretty much, right? We have scripts, we have actors, we have sets, we have all that stuff. So technology tends to really lend us a more sophisticated presentation of telling the story, as well as things like ratings and stuff like that, which has been around, but it always lets us mainly tell a more sophisticated story.
It's kind of the spirited discussion about the roster, who would be included and who would be included. With this just enormous cast of characters over the years, what are those discussions you often have? Like, here's the deal breakers,
I think there are certain characters that we probably won't ever leave out. You know, Mortal Kombat 3 didn't have Scorpion originally, and we learned our lesson. So Scorpion, Sub-Zero, I'd say, you know, Kang, Raiden, you know, we're probably going to see that coming, and so that's kind of like a staple right there. And then the other 80 characters that we have, something like that, you know, we try to keep them rotating in, so it's a cool moment when someone returns, and so we're kind of playing with that to give somebody a rest, a couple games later, bring them back, and so that's cool.
Even though you have so many major characters, can you touch on any like guest characters, like notable characters that we might be seeing?
Oh man, if you ask me this tonight, I can go crazy on it. But
what's like the reality, like what the licensing?
Oh yeah. Every game. You know, last game we had Rambo, Terminator, RoboCop. You know, all of those. A lot of those properties are owned by somebody else, and so there's hoops you got to jump through to get permission to do that. So all that stuff has started months, if not years before. And then when it all comes together, you know, Alien, Predator, you know, we kind of group them like that. When you see what we're going to do with the next one, you'll absolutely get it.
So more announcements at the panel.
What was that?
Announcements at the panel.
We'll see.
So obviously we're in this year of like multiverses and time travel. You just picked the perfect year to drop this game. I guess in the most sincere way, like, how does this end? Like, do you have like an end for all of this at some point? Like, when you subscribe to Kombat?
If you would have asked me this 31 years ago, is there an end to this? I'd probably say, well, we're not going to be around in 30 years. I'd say something like that. So, if it ends, it'll probably be when I'm not around anymore. So I can see Mortal Kombat. To me, Mortal Kombat is kind of like, DC, Marvel. It's like this universe where you can make, spin-offs and all that stuff like that. So I hope it doesn't end soon.
Who's your go-to character to play?
Scorpion.
Okay. Has that changed in the new one?
No.
Okay.
It's always been. Scorpion was the first character, one of the early characters that we got in when we saw this is special, right? Throwing a spear, pulling him in. The other fighting games weren't doing that kind of crazy stuff, and that inspired Sub-Zero and freezing people and Raid and teleporting and all that stuff. So Scorpion to me is that I'm the guy with yelling "Get over here" in the very first game and stuff like that. So there's a nostalgic kind of thing.
First of all, congrats on the anniversary.
Thank you.
So how does it feel to finally have Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Oh, it's the ultimate full circle thing. I mean, I'm sure some of you know that we wanted Jean-Claude Van Damme in the very first game, and there was complications involved with it that it just couldn't happen. And over the years, we've tried 3 or 4 times, to get him back into the game, and then again, complications and timing and all that stuff, and it could just never happen. And somehow on Mortal Kombat 1, the stars aligned, or the planets aligned, and we were able to make it happen. So we're very excited.
I know we want to hype up Mortal Kombat 1, but I think it was a few months ago you mentioned to another site, I forget which one, that you plan on bringing Mortal Kombat 2011 back to storefronts on digital. Is that still in the plans?
Say that again.
I remember you mentioning that there are plans to bring Mortal Kombat 2011 back to digital storefronts. Is that still going to happen?
To digital storefronts?
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't remember right now. Has it been removed from everything?
Yeah, so it's not available.
Well, I suppose if you're saying, can we bring it to PS5, Xbox PC? We currently don't. As far as I know, we don't have a plan to do that. But we've brought back the arcade games and stuff like that over the years, and so we're always in that discussion about it. Right?
Okay. Thank you.
So I've been curious over the years. Games always got tons of action. As technology's evolved, it's allowed you to do more and more and more. How do you find the balance between, specifically fatalities and some of the action, between not enough, perhaps it's too much, or just right?
We don't have like a set of rules that says we can't do this, we can't do that. And there's a group of 8 or 9 that really in our team that love to put fatalities together. They send them all to me, and to me it's just kind of like a gut feeling of no, we're not going to do that. And there have been plenty of ideas presented that I've had to kind of nix, and considering the stuff that we've released, you can imagine, some crazy ideas have really come up.
So, in terms of the multiverse timelines and things that you've sort of played with from the last game to Mortal Kombat 1 now, is this Fire God Liu Kang timeline Mortal Kombat for the future, or is it specifically just for Mortal Kombat 1?
I think it's... The way I look at it right now is that it is the beginning of a new timeline, right? So it is something that will continue. It is something that will, but we're not going to go back to the Mortal Kombat 11 one and do more with that. It's basically we're just drawing a hard line at MK11 and saying, okay, let's start over. That's the whole reason why we're calling it Mortal Kombat 1 as well.
So going into how Mortal Kombat is trying to do different things that other fighting games haven't done, have you looked into doing certain things that, for like accessibility, for people who want to play a casual fighter, where you did the easy fatality, doing that for like combos and stuff like that, so somebody can just press a button and do certain moves and all that stuff. Is that something to look into?
Yeah, we've absolutely toyed with that idea. Street Fighter 6 has recently announced something, like modern controls, right?
Yeah.
And it's basically like some special moves on one button. We've toyed around with that. We never really quite pulled the trigger, but I do think there's something to that. Believe it or not, some people cannot go down towards A, right? They just that motion, the dexterity to do that just doesn't. Well, people don't get it. That was actually a lot of the reasons why in the arcade game, a lot of our moves were tap in one direction, because everybody can go left. Not everybody can do a dragon push, right? And so that was kind of the thing there. So we were always talking about it, but this game we didn't. Oh, every game there's stuff that I would have done differently. 100%. I only look at the flaws. I only look at the things I wish we could have done, and it's probably a sickness in the end or something. On this game, every game there's something that I wish. I wish we had more memory to do more fidelity for the animalities in the game. I want animalities to return at some point with the technology that we have now. I'm not promising anything, so don't but it would be cool.
Pretty much in the same line, but is there any special move that you regret of going down?
I'm sorry, can't hear you.
Is there any special move that you regret